Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. This one's going to be a little different. I'm actually going to talk about me for a few minutes and then talk about some of the things I've been testing and stuff like that. So, I normally do not play pay-to-win games. I don't like them. They're kind of pointless to pay all this money for a game and then when I can go get another game like Fallout or something like that and play it for just what I pay at the beginning. So I don't like pay-to-win games, but this one requires a lot of strategy and it's just got me hooked on it, and I don't have to pay a whole lot to be a trap. Anyone with money can go pay thousands of dollars and become a big person with all the research and billions of troops and do all that stuff. It takes a lot of strategy and just knowing how the troops work and how the buildings work and everything to become a trap. It takes a lot more skill involved to do this. And that's why I like trapping. I like being able to spend only a little bit and take the heroes of people that spend like this guy. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get into some of the things that I've been testing. Also, if you would like to do testing and you just don't know how to go about it, it does cost a little bit extra beyond building a trap. But if that's something you would like to do and are able to do, but you just don't know how to go about it, you can contact me, and I got plenty of things that need to be tested. And if you guys know anything else that you would like to see tested, leave a comment or contact me and give me the idea, and if it's worth doing, I might actually give it a try. So, I'm going to get into this. First thing I've been testing lately is the Embassy again. I'm giving it another try. As I've said before, Embassy only it works best for bigger people with billions of troops, like 10, 20, 30 billion troops. And it doesn't work as well for the little guys. And my understanding of why this doesn't work as well for us is this boost right here is actually a percent of a very small number, and when you apply that boost to troops, it goes for each troop, and then the amount of troops you have acts as like a multiplier for that defense bonus, and that's what makes it work so well for big guys that have a lot of troops. It multiplies farther. And that's just my understanding of it. If that's not how it works, I'm not sure how else it could work. But that's just my understanding of it, and that's why it doesn't work as well for a trap that has like 2 billion, 1 billion troops, somewhere in there. So I'm going to give it another try and see if it works. And if not, I'll probably tear it down. Maybe not, because I like that defense bonus I got out of the orbs yesterday. Okay, another thing that I've been testing is these gems. This one right here. Enemy rally attack debuff. Now, around the time these first come out, my understanding of these was they only work if someone has the opposite gem, which I think I have one in here. The opposite gem is the one that has rally attack. I forget what it looks like. Yeah, that one. Gem of Annihilation, 25% rally attack bonus. And my understanding was it only works if someone has that in their gear. But I'm going to give it a try and see if it actually does do a little something, because there is a stat in here that I think comes out of research or something that boosts that rally attack. And it might do a little bit of something if I have that gem in there, and I'm testing that. See, I've got a 10% rally attack bonus. Bigger guys got more than that. So I'm giving it a try. Okay, now I'm going to go over troops a little bit. Have you guys, well, you probably have heard a little bit about siege traps lately. I've heard it non-stop. There is a lot of people talking about siege traps lately. And that's always been something that's been going on siege traps. I don't personally really understand how they work, and if one of you guys have a siege trap that is working, I'd like to know more about it. But what I understand about it is the only one that I know of that is working is like 100 billion, and he has billions of siege, and that's the only one of them that I know that works. Okay, and I actually tested siege with a mix of regular troops and tried to keep them a little bit balanced, but that didn't work out so well. And the only way that I know of making them work would be going all siege, having tons of them, and that would cost quite a bit and probably give you a lot of power having a lot of siege, because they have higher troop power than regular tier 2s or tier 1s. Like a regular tier 2 is 8 and this one is 16, and you have to have a lot of them to make it work. If you mix it with these, they're just going to die like the regular ones, and I'm not sure how they actually work. The reason people want to use these is because they cannot be defense debuffed, but they are still rather weak because they have a disadvantage over everything. And the only way to make them really work is to have a lot of them. Billions of them. And that's just my understanding of them. If you guys know more about that, leave a comment or message me, and I'd like to know more about the siege traps. But I have tested it a little bit, and it just doesn't work out. There's really no way to keep them from just dying and not killing the march. Okay, so the last thing we're going to go over is these troop types: wild, strategic, and regular mixed together. I've been testing that as well. Right now I have 80 million strategics and then 120 million each wild. Alright, if you see a bigger person that has all three types mixed together and they are even, that is because they are not limited by power. Go away. Okay. They're not limited by power. They can have tons and tons of troops, as many as they want. If you are a trap, you are very limited by power, and doesn't work as well if you keep them even without having a little bit higher troop count than you actually need, because strategics and wilds have a disadvantage defending. They are terrible for defending. You will likely burn on some hits with wilds and strategics just because they have that disadvantage and will get slaughtered. If you look at a report and you have them mixed evenly, if you're one of the people that have the strategics or wild troops mixed in there already, these die more. They die a lot more than the regulars do. And the key to being a trap is to be as small as possible, because it attracts the most attention from a rally. And when you split the troops like this, you tend to have a little bit more troops than you need, because they're split evenly and you burn, so you build a little bit more than you need. But there is a way around that. And if you have a bunch of regulars like I do right here, and then only 300 million wilds or 300 million strategics, basically what this is going to do is make your regulars take all the hit. They absorb pretty much everything, and that will allow us to use these to defend still, and then use these to kill it. Because what happens is they take all the hit, these barely die. They don't even get touched hardly, and we get the added benefit of their strategic attack, their troop specific attack, and we get their troop specific attack. We can use these to our advantage. I'm not saying go train these right now. I'm still testing this, But if this works out the way it is so far, then I'll probably say split off your troops a little bit, because this will help us kill this new research. I've had some reports sent to me about people being hit by full research people that have that new research. It makes it a little bit harder to kill with the regulars, and you need to bump up a little bit on regulars to kill it. But if we mix these in, we are able to stay a little bit smaller and have a little bit attack. Right now I'm a little bit bigger than I need to be, but later on when they release something else, I'll be perfect size. And I actually don't need this many. I built way more than you actually need. You only need about 50 million each, if that, and then that would be fine right there to defend. I only need around 1.2 billion troops total with my defense. I have 3,800 now, 3,900, something like that. And I need around 1.2 billion troops. And again, I'm not telling you to go to train these just yet. Wait till after this kill event that is coming up in a couple hours. And hopefully I'll get enough test hits to kind of see if this is actually going to be as beneficial as it's proving already. Let's go over this report real quick. This one was in my other video. If you watched that one, this was with lower defensive gear, but this was only regulars and wilds. I'm testing the strategic now as well to see if they work the same way, and this will just allow you to see the difference a little better because I burned on this one. Okay, as I said, I'll sit with Nike on this one. Here is my regular cavalry, 4 million dead. Here is my wild cavalry, 800,000 dead. The regulars absorbed pretty much all of the hit. More regular infantry died on this one than my wild cavalry, which has super low defense because I do not have all that research for the defense. My wilds actually have less defense than any of them because I don't have that research. But when you stack your troops like that, you don't need that research because it makes them... I'm in the wrong gear. That would have been bad. There we go. Okay. So, wilds have less defense than the regulars and the strategic simply because I don't have that research. And it doesn't matter because they won't die. They can't die. There is too many regulars for them to actually hit me and kill the wilds. They cannot use this as a disadvantage now. This does not hinder me at all. I'm still able to take hits without having to worry about these getting slaughtered simply because they have a defensive disadvantage. And that's what I'm testing right now on troops. If you guys need more explanation on this, I'd be happy to explain it a little different because I know this is probably a little bit confusing. Basically all you're doing is unbalancing your troops because you have so many of these, they won't hit these. And I've had this idea in my head for a while because I seen it on a report a while back but didn't really pay much attention to it. I've never implemented it into a setup until now. And right now it's proving a little bit helpful. Maybe more than I think it is. I will know after this kill event if I get enough hits. So, if you guys need more information on anything I just explained, embassy, gyms, troops, siege, leave a comment. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I will see you in the next one.